What's going on, everybody? Brian Maglio on here for the summer 2023 edition of Coleman's Corner. I'm joined alongside Executive Director of Athletics here at St. Mary's, Robert Coleman. Rob, thanks for spending some time with us. A lot to dive into. We have a recap of the spring season as well as exciting things going on this summer as we get ready for another school year in the coming months. First off, a recap of the spring season, a successful spring season. We had women's golf, men's golf's Tanner Lundgren, and softball each making the regional tournament, as well as women's tennis, and the baby of the athletics program, Stunt, making it to nationals, as well as esports as well, continuing their success with Halo and Rainbow Six Siege, each finishing in the top three as well. So talk to us a little bit about the spring season from your perspective and your thoughts on the spring here at St. Mary's.
Yeah, well, first off, Brian, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. And really excited about the spring. As you just mentioned, I thought this spring's always been a really competitive part of our program. The way softball and baseball and golf and tennis have competed. So no surprise, we did a pretty good job again. And congratulations to women's tennis for winning the championship. And those young ladies, played amazing and very, very difficult to do. And to go on and go to Florida to the final 16 teams again. Really excited about that. So just in general, not even just about spring, but just the whole body of work. Because it started off with men's soccer going to the final 16 and women's soccer going to nationals for the first time, and really excited just about how we're competing just in general. Softball, going 2 years in a row now to regionals. Excited about what Jordan did with Stunt and getting us into nationals our first year with the program, and really excited about what she's doing with recruiting and how we can compete moving forward. Tanner going also once again, wish the men had made it, but the women did and performed well once again. Disappointed we didn't get to the next step, but just the opportunity to be in regionals and compete and really that's what it's all about. I would hope every student athlete, that's the objective, that's the goal, right? And then Caitlin's just done a really good job, years in a row now. But the whole encompassing year of what eSport has done is really just a credit to her and her staff and the organization and the buy-in of all the players there as well. So really excited again about our competitiveness, how we're trying to compete. Looking forward again, as you talked about, a new year is right around the corner. But super excited about how we finished.
And to kind of segue, the Learfield Cup rankings came out recently, and for the third time in 4 years, we finished in the top 100. We actually finished 85th out of over 200 D2 schools in the country. Talk to us a little bit about that and what it means for our athletics department.
Yeah, again, just to go back to how we're competing. The Learfield it's really about all the Division II teams in the country. There's a few hundred of them. Maybe close to 300 at that point in Division II. And it just kind of compares you against your peers and how you're doing athletically. Last year, I think we finished like 92nd or 93rd in the rankings, or 94th. And this year, as you mentioned, we finished 85th in the rankings. And so, we're competing again the way we want to. One of our goals, one of our visionary goals in our department is to finish in the top 100. And I think the program just, in the past has finished maybe as high as 71. I think that's maybe the all-time, best finish in the department. So, I hope one day we can change finishing in the top 100 and say, hey, let's finish in the top 75, because we are in the top 70 every year, or in the high 60s. I mean, it just shows again that we're making improvements, we're competing at a high level, we're winning a couple championships in the conference every year. And I expect bigger and better things. I think men's basketball is about to, the recruitment that's gone on there, maybe to take another step with that. The soccer hopefully can continue. Volleyball is right on the cusp of doing something really special. What Val's doing with women's basketball. So, it's everybody. We're trying to get everybody to really compete at a high level. And that's going to help catapult us into the top 75 when we're getting all of our teams in this thing. So, again, excited about the future, but certainly, again, excited that us as a group and the culture that we're building here, it is trying to compete at a high level, and this stuff matters, right? And it's not just the academic part, which again I guess we'll talk about in a little bit, but the athletic part of this thing is also 1A and 1B, and we're doing it really well right now.
Some exciting changes are happening here on campus this summer. Last year at Sigma Beta Chi Field, we installed a brand new scoreboard. This year, we're installing a brand new playing surface. Talk to us a little bit about that and the upgrades happening at Sigma Beta Chi.
Yeah, Brian, I think, for folks who've been around our soccer field, I would tell you that, hey, the grass wasn't the best playing surface that we had. And talks that I've had with administration and the president, I really, really greatly appreciate their support. Working with facilities and their support as well, to see that this needed to be done, and so the school supported this expense and this venture, and it looks beautiful right now. The new we took a lot of sand out of the field and put a little bit in, but we put a hardier grass in there that can really grow and thrive, a different type of grass that can handle the punishment of the game of soccer. So we think we made a good move in the right direction with this investment, and hopefully the players appreciate it, and our fans can, because as you saw back in November, it was really a tough playing surface, and we feel we're going to continue to go far, right? And we're going to play in November here. You got to have a good surface because we're bringing other schools to campus as well to compete against us. So again, super excited about it. It's a major plus for us in the facility side, and a facility that greatly needed it.
And you mentioned also, previously we had discussions about these upgrades, and it really helps make Sigma Beta Chi Field a facility and a venture for a lot of people to visit, especially like a top tier facility like you mentioned.
No doubt, and again, it's going to allow us to continue to apply to host championships here. The playing surface is a better playing surface. Helps us in recruitment. The way we do our camps or our elite camps, or even hosting a high school playoff. Just getting more potential students and recruits on campus here. Obviously, we're enrollment based here at St. Mary's, and so all of those things. It's not just for just the soccer teams, but there's opportunity to do a lot more with it.
To kind of segue, we talked a little bit about recruiting here at St. Mary's, and so in a couple weeks we will be announcing our recruitment classes for our teams as they start finalizing their rosters. For you as the executive director of athletics here, what are some of the things that you look for when you encourage our coaches to go out and recruiting student athletes?
Yeah. I think, Brian, that's something, that we've talked about, we will continue to talk about, even as we have our first staff meeting in August with our coaches. You see how we're competing right now and where we want to go. And look, this is operated like a small business, right? There is return on investment because we're handing out athletic money, we're handing out academic money, and we're trying to have effective recruiting, not just recruiting, but we're effective recruiting, where we're going out there and we're trying to find the student athlete that really wants to become the best version of them, where they can be pushed to see where their potential leads them to, right? We want to be recruiting those type of student athletes because at the end of the day, if done correctly and we're pushing them and we're player developing them to be the best that they can be, then we think we're going to be really, really competitive around here, right? Now, if we're recruiting student athletes and they don't want to be pushed to that kind of level, then maybe we're not really having effective recruiting going on, right? So I think that's really ultimately the bottom line with recruitment. We're trying to find individuals that academically can handle the rigors here on campus, right? And we had a 3.6 GPA, this semester, maybe our all-time high or close to our all-time high. So that's ultimately important because they're not even going to get into school here with that. So we're looking for that, and then again, we're looking for that individual that really wants to grind and really wants to be pushed to be the best that they can be. And if we find those individuals and they come here, we have a really good chance of having a successful season, a really, really great season. So, ultimately that's the bottom line. And I'm really encouraged, as I pop in the coaches' offices and we talk or we have a meeting, really the recruitment that has gone on, because recruitment's a grind. Call it what it is. The coaches put lots and lots and lots of hours into recruitment because I mean, look, if we don't have the right players, right, we're not going to be successful on the playing fields, right? It's just ultimately bottom line. So there's a lot of hours, there's a lot of grind to it, there's a lot of hard work and traveling and all the things that go into it. And I'm really am encouraged, when I talk to volleyball or I talk to women's basketball, and I've sat in a lot of those discussions when parents and student athletes come to campus and a coach gets me on the calendar. I mean, I thoroughly enjoy that part of it. Baseball's done a nice job with it, where they get me involved. Soccer's done that, and so I thoroughly enjoy that part of it. And I'm really, really excited about, because I see the excitement from the coaches of they can't wait to get going here, and it makes me excited that we're out there really doing those types of things, finding those types of kids that can handle academically but also want to be pushed on the athletic field.
Definitely a testament to our coaches as well as our student athletes as well for performing at that level, both on and off the field, as you mentioned.
No doubt.
And final thing to talk about here, there have been a few staffing changes here in the athletics department. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the changes here in the department?
Again, we've added Christina Kish as an assistant athletic director. Christina was with the Houston Dynamo. She did a really, really nice job. I've talked to many people in that organization that couldn't talk, highly enough about her. I mean, she just didn't want to lose her, but I think she really wanted to get back into college athletics as a former softball player and going to Trinity here and really just liking San Antonio. And so I think we're really, really excited about her addition and the things she's going to be able to do for us, on our executive team. So super excited about Christina. Obviously, Bubba Meyer back in, I think it was April or late, March into early April, became our new men's basketball coach. And, Bubba was an assistant coach for, over 20 years, and he was ready to become a head coach and really, really excited. One of the things, Bubba did a really good thing with who he hired on his staff. And because of that, I think we've really effectively recruited here. I think his class is about finished. And like you said, you'll be unveiling that shortly. So really, really excited about that. And then, we're in the middle of a search with baseball right now, and can't really tell you, who's our finalist right now, but excited about our final group, and we'll be bringing some individuals to campus next week is the plan, and I'm hopeful by the middle of July, the latest, we can name a new coach, a head coach for the baseball program. So, all in all, with the facility piece going on, and then not only just the soccer field, but really the golf performance room is supposed to start here in July. And so there'll be a lot of work going on downstairs in one of our racquetball courts, transforming that into a golf performance room. And that should be completed, if not the end of July, the early part of August. And hopefully before the students come back, that will be finished as well. So, we've got that going on, the search that we have going on with baseball. Just a lot. And just to add, Brian, like I said, I mentioned this a little bit here, but really, really excited about how we've done academically here. I think one of the things I'm most proud of is, we talk about not just the athletics, but I think what St. Mary's does really well, and there's obviously a few of the teams in the conference that do it like we do it. We have high academics as well as the athletic part. And, to get a 3.6 in a semester with all the traveling we do, with the high rigors of academics here at the institution, for our program to get a 3.6 it's just really outstanding. Another compliment to the coaches, to the student athletes for, studying on the road, studying on the bus. They're super tired, but they get the class and do the right thing. And, a big thanks to the faculty on campus as well for working with us, and the deans as well. So, again, really excited that we're doing both at a high level. And we're just going to continue to push and get better and better.
And yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. Exciting times, as we said, here at St. Mary's University. Even though the summer is in full swing, we got plenty brewing as we get ready for the fall season. Rob, always a pleasure to chat with you. For more on Rattler Athletics and everything in the world of St. Mary's, be sure to check out rattlerathletics.com.